Hello YouTube, I'm back again with another video, and I'm out in the workshop, and I tore down that 12-inch bandsaw slash sander. Here's the stand. It's waiting for the bandsaw itself to be put back on. Oh, what I did yesterday was I tore it all apart, and I took that piece there and this piece here out to the garden hose and sprayed it down with some mean green a couple of times to get it somewhat clean. This thing was filthy, and I'm kind of glad I'm doing this because I'm learning a lot. This is, like I said, this is my first bandsaw I've ever owned, but I have used quite a bit in the past, especially at my one job that I had. So I figured, okay, let's go ahead and tear this apart. Like I said, it's down to the nitty-gritty right now, and I just have a couple of questions for you guys. I need some opinions here. First things first was when I tore all this off, I mean, it was fairly simple to tear down, but I have a question about the top here, top pulley system. This here wasn't too bad to take out, but this tensioner screw right there, I cannot take that screw out. I'm just marking up the bolt, as you can see, or the head, and I have a really big flathead screwdriver that just barely fits in there too, and I don't want to mess with it anymore if I can help it, because I don't want to break it. So I think I'm just going to leave it in there and just oil up the bearings and call it good. I mean, from the looks of it and how it spins, there's really no play in it at all, except for down here. You can tell I haven't really cleaned this one as much. Right in there where it's dirty, that pivots. So that must be the pivoting for the tightening of the tension or something. I don't know. But my question is, when I was tearing this apart, there's this lever right here, and it was just bolted in just like that and not doing anything. And I see there's a hole right there. It must be for a spring. There was no spring in this at all, and I don't know how this lever was hooked up on the back of this thing, because it seemed like it was back here when the spring, let me get that on there, when that spring was on there. I think first the washer goes on and then the spring. Now, I don't know what that lever actually does and where does it hook up at. It's quite strange. But I wanted to tear all that apart and grease it up and put it all back together, but that might be too much of a job to do. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to clean it up and let it soak in oil. And like I said, this here, try to keep everything intact. You know, where was this hitting? I mean, I have no idea how that would be keeping tension, or the width of the the blade or something. I have no clue of what that's for. And again, it was right here, bolted like that. And it was just laying there, just like that. Wasn't doing anything. So I was going to look online and see if I can get the owner's manual and get the schematic or parts diagram and figure that out. But that's the only thing it's missing was that spring. And then I'm wondering where that spring, the other end of that, hooks to. You know, I don't see anything around here. That's one dilemma I have. But yeah, this has been a really good project for me, and I'm glad I'm doing it. There's no regrets because I wanted to replace a lot of things. Like this cord right here, it's all frayed up, and it's the original cord. It must be like 20 years old. And someone took out the prong, the third prong. So I got another cord. The used cord is a lot better shape than that. I'm going to put it on. Yeah, I'm still in the cleaning process. So I wanted to film this real quick and show you what I'm doing. And there was another little thing I wanted to show you. This right here was the pulley for the belt for this wheel right here. And I noticed that someone put a threaded screw for the chuck key or the whatever key right there. And that's kind of dumb. But yeah, I'm going to take that out and hopefully get another chuck key that's supposed to be in there. But I got to clean all this up. And then if you notice right down in there, that spring or whatever you call that is busted. One of the ears are busted off, so I got to get a new one of those. And I want to really clean that shaft really well, you know, make it like new again. Pretty much that's what I'm doing. I want to get everything working properly and clean so I can do some adjustments. Speaking about this wheel, here are the bearings right here. And I feel that the bearings are in really good shape. There's no slop or anything in that one or in this one. This one actually spins better and more free than this one does. But I'm thinking about maybe taking that rubber seal off of one side and just soak these bearings down with some motor oil and let them sit there as long as it needs to be, and you know, and see what it does. I mean, it does look like a lot of pieces and parts, but it's not that bad. You know, I've seen a lot worse, like my big gas trucks and car here. Yeah, I had that down to nothing, the nuts and bolts. And there was hundreds of pieces. Oh, man. Yeah, there's a lot of things I've been looking up and trying to figure out. And again, my question to you guys, how does that lever hook up to that to put tension, or it shows you the width of the saw blade, which if you look in here, it has numbers, blade width, you know, so I want that to at least work. But I think, like I said, there's a spring missing so far that I've noticed. It kind of looks like a brake spring for like on drums on your vehicle. That type. Alrighty. Well, like I said, I got a lot of work ahead of me and a lot of questions I need answered. So, yeah, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll be talking to you.